Frank, you were mentioning right now about how you would never eat raw egg.
I would never eat raw egg.
But like they dip it in the meat.
They dip it in the meat. That's fine, but like I don't like the texture.
We're talking about like the hot pot little Asian restaurants where they're like, what the fuck is the meat? It's like borderline pastrami.
It's Kobe beef. I think it's what it's called.
Yeah, but it's like really thin.
Yes, it's like paper
It
slice
cooks.
thin.
It cooks very quickly, and it honestly, it looks like pastrami. It's just like really thin. But they smother it around in like raw egg, and you say you wouldn't eat that?
No, like it's a dipping option.
Cause you know what I've done?
What?
We learned to make those little tuna balls with the egg and the whatever.
Yes.
So sometimes I get hungry and I just eat the tuna like that, and I just like, oh, I just ate raw egg, but it's like heavily mixed in there.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Because it's mixed in with something, so it's like a base. You know, they're just having it as an option to just dip it in, and I'm like, that's kind of a little too much. If I was, well, of course, like I would still eat it if they were giving it to me because they made it for me, and it's rude to just do that. But I would try it once just to see how I would react to it. Because the meat is already seasoned and it's ready to go.
Is it seasoned? It doesn't even look seasoned in some of the videos.
They,
In some of the videos you've shown me, it looks like it's just, well, okay. I guess you're talking about like it's in sauce. They put sauce in it or on it, right?
yeah, they usually they pan fry it with like dark soy sauce or some shit like that, just to kind of give it like some sort of like salty texture or salty flavoring to it. While the texture of the meat and the fat is what drives it to being that good. Sometimes
What is dark soy sauce? I've seen,
Dark soy
I
sauce-
see it all the time, but I don't know what it is.
dark soy sauce is more of is more of a bitter, I guess I could say. I think it's bitter version of regular soy sauce. It's more of like a concentrate. You only use like a little bit of it for like a big thing, a big setup.
Yeah.
You usually use it for beef or meats. If you're doing like
It's more of a marinade instead of a dip.
yes, it's more of a marinade.
Oh.
They use it for stir fry. Like what's that guy? Fuck, what's his name? The guy that we watched that does the noodles and stuff like that. What's his name?
That's a lot of guys.
Ah, crap. What's the guy? Long Noodle, Long Life. Martin Yan, yeah. He actually uses dark soy sauce in some of his videos.
Yeah, sorry. I had to go fix a door thing.
So that's that he uses it a lot. So it's a very common item to use for like
Okay,
dishes.
but what's up with mixing dark soy sauce and then just like also putting in soy sauce? I've seen it all the time. We're like, get some soy sauce and then get some
Dark
dark
soy
soy sauce.
Because usually they mix it in with like rice wine. Wow, I said it wrong. Rice wine vinegar and like lemon
Yeah.
to sort of give it like a more of acidic taste, so it won't be overwhelming.
Man, this chair is like not even a year old. It's like omega squeaky.
Is there like spray for it, or like some
I could
sort of-
probably put like WD-40.
or like a
I'll try that out later. But
wood like chair polish or whatever the fuck?
just WD-40 grease, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
I can make you a good stir fry with dark soy sauce. I can always do that. I can always find the ingredients to make that for like a stir fry.
How do you feel about like the boiled meat?
Like boil.
Have you ever seen it? You've seen it, right? Like,
Yeah.
Right now, they fry it up, but then there's some meat where they just like boil it.
They boil it in like a broth.
I think the only chicken, the only meat I've had is like boiled chicken.
Yeah, but for a soup. Yeah, no. It has to be. I don't know. For me, I'm a little picky. I like it flavored. I don't want like boiled meat and then the soup is supposed to carry it. That's not enough for me. I want the meat to taste
Well,
just as good as the soup.
I was gonna say. Whoa! Sorry. I was gonna say. Possibly the strangest thing that my family does is that they like boiled chicken in water. I think they put some seasoning. I don't think I've really paid attention to it. But to me, I was always just kind of like, that's That's not cool.
It sounds very
Get some.
gross.
Get
honestly.
some. You've had it,
I've had it, yes.
but
And it tasted very mild.
it's fine. It's not.
Yeah.
I guess like my mom put salt in it or something. But at the end of the day, once it's like been there for a while, it just gets turned into chicken salad anyway. And it's kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, if you need blank chicken, like chicken with no flavor because you're going to
Make it into chicken salad or
make it into chicken salad or something or do something, then there you go. That's blank chicken. But for some reason to me, boiled beef and it's lightly seasoned, that's always pretty cool, but then again, that's always something I'm gonna do to like, what do you call it, man? Oh, it's boiled. Now I'm gonna fry it after I boiled it.
Oh yes, like you boil the meat and then you're like, let me turn on the pot, turn on the pan real quick with some olive
I
oil
want it to burn slightly.
and like burn it to a crisp, or give it that charred like color to it. Like that's yeah, it's always a good thing.
And
Like yeah, actually yeah. In fact, I'll probably bring more of the flavor out doing that method.
I mean, what about that other stuff where they do like the bag? What is it called? Oh, we're gonna boil this steak in a bag.
For like 2 hours and then pull it out and then
Is it really 2 hours?
they boil it for like 30 minutes, I think. I'm trying to remember the name of that method.
Sous vide.
Sous vide?
But what's really weird is that some people just boil the beef, like they put sauces and other aromatics, and-
rosemary, garlic,
oh,
thyme.
yeah, all kinds of stuff in a bag, maybe with some vinegar. I would assume the vinegar would tenderize the meat, right? Because that's what vinegar is used to tenderize stuff, right?
Yes, loosen it.
That's cool.
That's why when you like marinate flank steak,
Yeah,
they put lemon
especially.
juice in it.
So, well, vinegar's a base. Am I wrong? Vinegar's a base, or is that an acid? I don't think it's an acid.
It's an acid.
I don't think
it's an acid.
I do not think it's an acid. But anyway, so it tenderizes it, and they soak it in there, and then they put it in the bag, so everything's like locked in or whatever.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I don't understand is some people say that when you're gonna sous vide stuff, the water needs to be spinning, that it needs to be stirred, like it constantly needs to be moving.
To distribute the heat so that when it rotates, it's at an even degree.
Well, vinegar is a combination of acetic acid and water made by two. Okay, so it is an acid.
Yeah.
Okay, but so back to the sous vide thing. The reason I bring that up is simply because there's like a machine that you attach to a pot,
Yeah.
and it like spins the water.
Oh, okay.
You've seen it before,
yes,
right?
it like stirs it
It's like it hangs on the outside of the
of
pot
the
and
of
stirs
the pot.
it. Yeah, and it detects the temperature and stuff like that. And the reason I bring that up is because I figure you could just boil the water, and once the water has like began to boil, then you can put the meat in there, and it's technically even, right?
Entire. If it's like a hard rolling boil, yeah, because it's constantly moving.
Yeah, you could stir it yourself also.
Yeah, but it has to be at the correct temperature, otherwise you might overboil the meat, I guess.
Well, you got. I assume that you're doing a you got a thermometer
A
going.
thermometer, yeah.
And then on top of that, you got the thermometer going. But okay, so what? The plastic's not gonna melt?
No.
Because I'm also telling you, you're kind of being cheap about it. You got like a Ziploc bag.
The Ziploc bag may not hold.
I've seen people do simple Ziploc bags, because otherwise, then you're gonna have to go out and get one of the vacuum
seal, which is expensive.
the vacuum seal thing.
I guess it depends on like how durable those bags are.
I don't know. I assume that.
Cause like what it's like what 200 degrees for the water to boil.
200?
About 200 degrees for water to boil. It could be 180. I might be wrong. 200 might be like a little too much.
Yeah, 212.
212. Okay.
212 degrees Fahrenheit
For water to
100
boil.
degrees Celsius for water. I also like disgustingly some people were specifically looking how to boil, how hot do you need to boil sap?
Sap.
No, maple syrup, yeah.
Oh, to make
Well,
okay.
right? I guess that's part of the
Sap
process.
is maple syrup. Yes.
You got to boil
That's
it.
like
together.
the
Well, you see that I brought
the non-edible version of it.
yeah, but I thought that they were like pouring syrup into a pot and boiling it, and it's
Oh
like
God!
and it burns on the
Dude,
bottom.
it turns like jet black,
Oh my god!
and like the pot starts like eroding and shit. I bet it smells like ass.
It smells like shit. I don't know, burnt sugar?
Burnt sugar smells like fucking melted plastic.
That's not true. I melted some plastic yesterday to be actual.
Oh shit!
I turned on the wrong thing, and that stupid thing that goes in the microwave was on it.
Ooh.
I cleaned it all up fine, but I was like, ooh, that stink.
Well, honest mistake, man. What can you do?
And then, so okay, but talking about burning, I've always wanted to ask you, how are you making the fondue?
Fondue, that's easy. You need a 2-pot.
So you're gonna do the boiling water
Yeah,
thing?
that's like the safest option to do.
You ever
Wait.
seen that? You ever seen? Remember that YouTube channel
Hmm?
where it's I'm assuming okay that it's like an Asian woman because she's speaking Korean,
Yes.
Korean or something.
Yes.
I don't know. It's clearly not Japanese in to my ears, but
If it doesn't like Japanese, it's probably Korean.
it could be Korean. Maybe I don't think I've ever heard like the language they speak in Singapore. Whatever. Anyway, point is, but they like how to basic cook. They cook the food,
Oh, okay.
but they got like she's cooking stuff correctly, but she is not pouring eggs in it. She's throwing the eggs in there. She's not placing the cheese. She's chucking the cheese. She's slapping the cheese in there. She's got a little bit of how to basic in her.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of that like aggressive vibe.
And I bring this up because how you say I watching it. I'm watching her melt cheese directly in a pot.
Okay.
Like she does not do the double bowl thing. She just straight in the pot.
In the
melting some
pot.
cheese. And it doesn't burn.
Not right away.
Matter of fact, I think she puts milk in there, so maybe that's why it doesn't
Yeah,
burn.
it keeps it creamy.
But I kind of was just like, okay. I was just so worried because I was like, yeah, I think most people do the boiling water thing where it's just like hot steam.
Yeah, like the letting the milk and all that stuff work into the cheese and stuff helps it too, and it keeps it going for a bit longer.
Yeah.
I guess depends on what type of cheese it is. It will start.
Oh, dude, that's another thing. It wasn't just any cheese. Actually, yes, it was just any cheese. It looked like Kraft singles.
Oh fuck.
To be perfectly fair though, I think that she went out and bought like the hamburger singles, the ones that are like they got some high fat content.
Oh, the American Deluxe is what it's called. I
They
think?
don't like the complete. Look, okay. You ever go get, ladies and gentlemen, listen. You ever go get some cheese and then maybe you didn't pay attention, maybe you don't have a lot of money, but you buy the one that like doesn't fucking bend. Like you get the single,
Yeah.
and it doesn't fucking bend. It has the texture of like the smooth side of a Lego piece, and like, and if you decided to bite on it, it tastes fucking strange.
Yes.
But then on the other end, you go and you buy the cheese. That's like as soon as you pick it up, it's fucking flopping already.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get the fucking floppy cheese, and it's and like look, I'm sure there's a difference. You get the cheese that's in the plastic singles, right? Whatever. You get the Kraft one, you get the Velveeta brand, whatever. But when you get the store brand one, that's like, I don't know, cheap as fuck. I don't even know the price.
It's like a $1.94.
It's like 98 cents for some reason. It looks like it's from 1993, and like it doesn't bend and all that shit. The reason I'm going with this is because then you go to the complete opposite end and you get the fucking ones that aren't even the cheese that's not even separated.
Oh, the
Like
bricks.
like you know, well, yes, it's a brick, but there's no plastic in between. You can peel it off.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
I'm talking
yeah.
about like a separate thing.
Yes.
Like the brand the brand that I know because of food stamps is the brand called Deluxe.
Yes, that's the one.
Dude, the food stamp cheese is the shit.
Yeah, American Deluxe is actually a really good like cheese for like
Look, and if you got
dirt poor quesadillas, man. It's like literally the best thing.
listen, if you got food stamps, you've got the best option. Like, well,
If
yeah,
you don't want to spend that
like,
much money.
if you don't want to spend that much money and you got food stamps, that cheese is the shit.
Yeah,
That
Deluxe.
cheese is fucking awesome. If you've got Wick, that shit. They give you that cheese. That shit's awesome.
Yes, I think there's a white American one too.
From Deluxe, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think so. 'Cause the one we get, like the standard one that it is cheddar, and that's why it melts so good. Because it's perfect. It's literally perfect.
What if you wanted like to eat a biological experiment called Velveeta? Velveeta's not cheese if you didn't know.
Velveeta is like
It's not cheese.
it's like plaster for fucking bricks.
It's great. It's awesome. But legally, to my understanding, that it's cheese product. It's not cheese.
It's cheese. It's cheese whiz in a brick.
Yeah, but it's fucking awesome, dude.
Okay, especially with nachos.
Like,
And there's different variants of it too, which
It's-
are actually even better than the
do they
previous.
sell Velveeta in a can?
They sell Velveeta in a can.
They
Yes.
sell Velveeta in a can. That's crazy,
Yes. They actually sell that. You know, like the nacho cheese in the can, the ones we get like in schools and shit. They have a Velveeta version of that one in
Oh,
a can.
dude. What is that? Like a 3 liter?
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
Damn. Have you ever
Actually, no. There's smaller cans.
you ever get the brick?
unfortunately.
You ever get the brick of Velveeta?
Yes, I actually made homemade. I don't do it as often. I should probably do it more often. Where I made homemade nachos.
Oh, you made meal? No, I just ate the brick.
I just ate the whole
I
thing.
remember-
I ate the whole thing.
I remember being a little fucking piece of shit. It's like, oh, whoa. I'm gonna eat the like just cutting
I'm gonna eat
cut
the
off-
brick.
cut off a big chunk
Slice it.
and you put it with crackers. Like nothing beats
It's
crackers.
super soft.
Nothing beats crackers and cheese. Oh, but you know Velveeta, the Velveeta. I think there's a brand Easy Melts and Velveeta or whatever.
Easy Melts kind of
But
suck.
those are. Oh, which one?
Yeah, Easy Melts.
I don't know.
It started losing. I don't know. Before in the past, I liked it a lot, but
There's
now
something disturbing about the Easy Melts when the heat of my hand can melt it.
that's kind of disgusting.
Like I'm holding it in my hand.
Start rubbing it real quick.
No,
and, like,
I'm holding it like this. I'm holding it in my hand, preparing to make a sandwich or something. And then I'm like, what the fuck? This thing is already like flopping because of the heat of my hand. And I'm just like, wow, that's really
the atoms start just deconstructing.
That really is an easy melt. Like, all right.
Yeah. No, like the Velveeta one for homemade nachos, I used that one with like those Mexican refried beans, the one in the yellow can. What is it called? El Paso.
El Paso beans.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used that one with you know that black bag you get at Walmart of the fajita chicken, the one that's like
The one that's like overpriced and barely like a
Yes.
fucking pound.
I would get that a lot for my quesadillas because I actually like how the chicken
no,
one
that's
tastes.
great. That's great. Like for quesadillas, but like
But for
Dog,
nachos, it's like
it's crazy.
just enough.
It's crazy how expensive that thing is. Though.
It's like what, $7, 7 something.
Yeah, but like, dude, it's like,
I used to get that for $3.50.
hold on. Oh, well, okay, yes, you're right, but the reason I bring it up is because it's like, okay, it's $7, and yes, it's a tall bag, but why does it feel like it's sealed tight like a bag of tuna?
That I don't know.
Do you
I-
see? You get what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like
It doesn't look like a bag. It looks like a vacuum sealed. It's almost got that vibe because there's like you can, if you don't have a lot of money,
Yeah.
then you can buy the big bag or you can save money and get like the thin, like I'm making this for 2 people bag. Like
Oh,
it's
yes.
very small.
yeah,
But they still charge like $7.50.
750, 850. No,
Inflation's a bitch, you know?
it is. It's been getting worse and worse lately. Yeah, like I remember using that one a lot, and just cutting the Velveeta brick. I think I used to get the queso fresco or the queso one, the one that's like white with like
Dude,
little
queso
peppers on it.
fresco. I don't.
Queso fresco is the crumbly cheese.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Oaxaca cheese.
Oaxaca cheese is string, no?
Yeah, it's borderline mozzarella, but
Yeah.
like,
It's
They don't-
Mexican
they
version
never-
of mozzarella.
yeah. Well, to my understanding, what some people told me was that it's the Mexican version of feta.
Feta cheese?
Some Greek cheese out there.
It's feta cheese.
Yeah, but to me, it's like it's
Interesting.
But to me,
Tastes better though. Oaxaca tastes way better than feta.
well, Oaxaca cheese, to me, is just like wow. It's just like lighter, less sharp mozzarella
Mozzarella.
cheese. It's almost creamier.
Yes, it is.
And the reason I bring it up is because it's like, if they sold it in a stick, you could lie to me and tell me that it's mozzarella,
Mozzarella.
but they sell it in like a knot.
I don't know. Yeah,
in
'cause
like a
you're
big
supposed
ball.
to pull it apart and then it's a topping.
What the hell did I do with that?
You're supposed to pull it apart and then sprinkle on top of it,
I didn't do anything too crazy.
and then like lightly put it on the pan and let it let it heat up a bit.
But what did I do? I did something really simple the other day with Oaxaca cheese that my sister used up. The Oaxaca cheese. Oh, we just made like simple quesadillas. That was it, and it was just like wow, it's really good. You toast up the tortilla into the point where it's like a cracker, kind of,
Yes,
and that's pretty cool.
I actually did that. I didn't tell you
Oh, I
last
did that in the air fryer.
the air fryer. No, last weekend. Because I know that I wanted to hang out last weekend,
Mhm.
but something came up. I had a family emergency.
Uh huh.
My brother had to come spend the night at my place last Saturday.
Mm.
I made I've been making these really badass cheese quesadillas.
With meat.
No, just cheese quesadillas. Triple cheese quesadillas. I use Colby Jack,
Yeah.
cheddar,
Shredded.
no sliced.
Okay.
Circle sliced Colby Jack,
Yeah.
circle sliced cheddar
Yeah.
with shredded pepper jack.
So that's 3 cheeses.
That's 3 cheeses.
okay.
And I
Is this thing spicy enough? Like, would you? Because it's really weird how. Sorry,
Yeah.
pepper jack,
cheese.
kind of hit or miss with me.
Yeah, sometimes like
Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is like gross.
grossly spicy, and then there's some like it's just mozzarella.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's not a good in between. They hit. It's like wow, this is like spicy, but it's like someone. Wow, you guys just cracked a shitload of pepper onto
Yeah.
this, didn't you?
Yeah, I
You
know.
didn't, this isn't jalapeno flavor.
No, we actually have Carolina Reaper mozzarella cheese at home. We're gonna use that for like chili dogs and stuff. No, we bought a pepper jack cheese, and it wasn't spicy at all because
Yeah.
it was the mild one. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? It's just They just sprinkled on like jalapenos, but I don't even taste the jalapeno in it. So
I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess it's kind of like I wanted something a little kick in it. It had no kick.
Oh,
That's
yeah, okay.
that's disappointing.
I mean, can you imagine just like, oh, you know what I did though?
Mm.
The other day, we were having hot dogs, and at the bottom of my hot dog, I put lettuce.
That's okay.
But I'm not trying to say I'm special or anything, but like I had never heard of anybody putting any lettuce it was the spinach and stuff.
Yeah, like shredded lettuce, just like put it on top or
Just
on the
no,
bottom.
I put it on the bottom.
Yeah, no, actually, that's probably best because it holds it more. Because in case you want to add more toppings, the lettuce can like catch it when it falls out.
Well, I have a bad relationship with hot dogs just because like, I don't like it. I don't like that hot dogs rip.
Yeah, the bread
Yeah, like
or the weenie.
no the bread.
The bread rips.
I like no.
Uh,
You and like we're gonna.
especially if
like-
you like open it up too much and it cracks from the middle.
It's like listen, I swear to God, we gonna have a 4th of July, whatever the fuck. You better have brought the goddamn top loading buns.
Yeah, the split top.
Yeah,
Split top
don't
buns.
don't waste my fucking time.
Oh,
with-
you know what? You're right. I will probably invest,
Because then guess what? You can toast the left and right side of the top loading bun,
and it'll be fine.
and
it'll survive.
And then now you have like a crunchy little hot dog, like at Freddy's.
At Freddy's, where they like, yeah, can you toast my bun? No, so I made the quesadilla with those 3 cheeses, and I did what you did, where you made it a little crispy on both ends, where it was like kind of like
a cracker.
yeah,
Quesadilla?
when it comes
Okay.
kind of like brown on all ends.
Yeah, yeah,
And then I sliced that shit to 4 pieces.
yeah.
Dude, holy shit! I actually
You didn't put meat? You said.
no meat.
Okay.
It was just a triple cheese quesadilla with a little bit of hot sauce like on the side.
Can you imagine?
Taco Bell sauce.
Can
of
Can you
course.
imagine if like we got what do you call it, man? A simple cheese, whatever.
It can be shredded cheddar. Fuck it.
No slices.
Slices.
Specifically slices for this one.
Okay.
What's the cheese you want?
For sliced
Yeah, sliced cheese.
cheddar.
Okay, we'll go with sliced cheddar and pastrami.
Ooh.
Right, like just
Okay,
It's
I'm
already
listening.
it's already really thin, right?
Yeah.
You go tortilla, cheese, pastrami, cheese, tortilla.
If you get the pastrami from the deli, you can have it sliced paper thin, and
Or
then
like-
slice it into it. Yeah, you're right.
What's
Yeah, that works. Actually, that sounds amazing.
Because I think one time we made fajitas and they were really good, but at the same time, I think I used a meat that was like way too thick. Like it was kind of rough. If
Yeah.
you remember which one I'm talking about,
Oh, is that the one where we did? I think it was like
I took a picture of it.
shit. It was like in a big little thing, right? For the
The
white.
tortilla was huge, but like you could see the tortilla's flat, but there was like little pockets of meat. Like it was really big.
Oh, okay, yes.
And that was cool, but I'm like, okay, next time I wonder if I can find like the I don't know what it is.
We can go to.
Hold up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is. The fajita. If you can tell me what it is, the fajita that's like nearly paper thin.
Yeah, we can.
That and a quesadilla.
Oh, dude, way ahead of you. There is a juniors market in my area now, a fresh market. I already went in there twice already,
Yeah.
and they have minced fajita meats and pork and chicken. I used that
Yeah.
for the quesadillas.
And
And
the pork one.
yeah, there's a pork one that what's it called? The pastor. The one yeah, I think it's called al pastor. I think it's what it's pronounced. It's the pork one, the one that's like in red.
And this is a Oh,
Yeah,
that's the name of the brand.
that's
Or
the
are you talking
name
about
of
the cut?
of the type of pork. Yeah, and it's like minced.
'cause
It's like little cube chunks, and you just cook it into a little pot and to render all
Oh.
that water and all that fat out
Yeah.
until it starts. There's nothing left.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you just throw in a little bit of seasoning and shit like that, like get a little bit burnt,
Yeah.
and then that's it. You're done. And you just slap it
The-
into some quesadillas.
Okay, that sounds really clear.
Yeah.
I just meant that also like there's this. It's because like there's this other meat. There's this other pork cut that I don't exactly know if it's like tripas, guts, or whatever. But it has like no distinct shape.
So it's like a formless thing, or what?
It's because it can look. It just looks like this, like it's a chunk of meat, but sometimes like there's like an extra thing, like there's like a bump on it or like a flat piece. Like I don't know what it is, but it's great with just like corn and like red sauce.
It has like the cartilage and stuff on it still on it, right?
Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't.
I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's I don't know. It could be like leftovers from the shank. Kind of like it's like God, what's the word? What's the word? It's like yeah, leftovers from like the shank, yeah, the beef shank, or the chuck. It could be leftovers from the chuck.
I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. Fuck, what's it? Because I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the name because the name is just like, oh, beef, whatever. Beef pieces with fat or some shit like that. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? What is this? Like, what is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be for like stews and shit, right?
Yeah, kind of. That's what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just like something you eat with a spoon.
Yeah. Like, it's like carne asada, but like the leftovers of what that meat's supposed to be. And I think they use that for barbecues and shit like that. I'm trying to remember the name. What is the fucking name?
I'm trying to look up like pictures. I like looked up like pork cuts, but I don't really see anything that looks like it.
Is it pork or is it beef?
I say it's pork because it boils up gray. But I mean, then again, I think they all meats do that,
All
don't they?
meats do that, I think. Except for chicken, I think it just turns like white.
Yeah. Chicken turns white. Pork belly? No.
Pork belly is the stuff you put in ramen.
Yeah, the rolled up thing.
Yeah, the bacon essentially.
Pork shoulder? No. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I mean, I'm sure. No, not pork cute. I want the visceral. I want the guts. I want the blood.
I want the visceral pork. I don't want cute pork.
I think, we really like food and stuff like that. But you think you'd ever be one of those people who like has a poster of like the cuts of meat?
I mean, that sounds cool.
Oh, you're like that? It's because I was talking to someone else about like whenever you meet someone who's too into only like one thing, it's like a red flag almost. It's not a red flag. It's like a light red. It's like a
That's like a mild
mild
thing.
spice.
Yeah, where they're all into like horses or dolphins or whatever, or they're into like
No, you
John Deere tractors
no,
or skulls.
nothing specific. Not skulls, not whatever. It's just you meet someone and they're just like, I love video games. Oh, what else do you do?
Video
games. Like,
What else? What is your personality? Video games.
yeah, like when that's all they know is like one thing. Like, it's like anything. It's like, oh, I love. That's why I feel like sometimes, we could never sometimes I feel like we could never truly be YouTubers, or something crazy like some of the people. Like there's like this the example in my head is this guy called Film Comics Explained.
Okay, I never.
Or
heard of this dude.
he does this thing where he does like ending explained or something.
Oh
like
yes,
that.
that dude. Yes.
And he's wonderful, like really cool. Honestly, I'll watch like a whole video from the beginning to end, and I'll be like, wow. Even though I just saw like the whole movie explained to me, I'm gonna go buy or rent that movie. Just even though he just told me everything,
Yeah.
because he primarily does horror movies, to be perfectly honest. And there's like horror movies are like a dime a dozen. They come out fucking
A lot.
all the time. Some of them get like no advertisement,
And they're like fucking masterpieces.
or they're just they're goofy. Some of them are bad, some of them are goofy, but some of them are really well done. And so when I go to him, I go like once a month or so, just like because he talks about it like what the fuck. There was like that movie. Remember the movie, not Antlers. There's another movie where like there's a fucking flesh deer, The Ritual or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's called The Ritual.
There's a movie like that. It's like, wow, that looks really cool. Even though I just had it all explained, I gotta watch that movie, and I still remember that movie because of him. And so there's just like all these movies that come out that like, again, no advertisement whatsoever. And he I don't know, he helps me learn that there are these movies out here.
They're like, yeah, these movies are fucking awesome. And it only made $30 though, but it's fucking, this movie's awesome.
Man, what's the name of the? Oh, remember we gotta rewatch the movie. They Look Like People.
Yes.
It's like a schizophrenic. It's a schizophrenic movie. Like there's no, the whole movie. The dude is like, they're coming, the aliens, they're coming. They're not coming, dude. You need your fucking pills.
Yes, it's just him.
Yeah, that movie's fucking awesome. And I think a friend of ours just, she was like, I love horror movies, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, when she actually saw a movie that, like, touched on real shit, she was like, I didn't like that movie.
Because it's too real. It's too like personal, and I think a movie like that works very well because of how real
I
it
really
is.
like that movie. If you're talking about real movies, do you ever you remember the movie It Comes at Night?
Yes.
That movie, if you guys haven't seen that movie, uh you might at the time when you first watched it were like, "Oh, it's a zombie movie with no zombies. It's just like a disease or whatever." Now this movie came out before COVID.
Yes, it came out in 2018.
It came out way before COVID, and I was like, "Wow, this movie is really cool." And then COVID happened, and I rewatched it, and I'm like, "Fuck, this movie's really fucking real." And you see, the thing is, right? Like, we watched 28 Days Later. We watch the Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead. All these movies that are like some good, some bad, but they're like commentaries on like
Society, yes.
and all that shit. But now we have footage of just real shit that happened to compare to these movies of just like fucking losers fighting over toilet paper and water and shit at like stores.
Yes.
And like,
Preferably toilet paper. Nothing else mattered. Just toilet paper.
well, the toilet paper thing is like a long story that didn't even happen in our country specifically.
Yeah.
But but the way the news spreads around fucked everything up. It was happening in Australia. There was a toilet paper shortage in Australia. And that got like muddied up, and people heard that. And so they just assumed that it was going to happen in their country.
Yeah, I think it bounced. Went to the UK, then went to like certain parts
But
of
it
Europe.
never happened.
Yeah.
But the story itself bounced around.
Bounced around a lot. Yeah.
And then it became real because people heard the
story.
So, yes, It Comes at Night is like a fucking awesome movie. I think it's like left vague, but you can kind of interpret how things happened and why this happened and why that happened. But yes, if you did get to see that movie, I'm reminding you to go watch it now after that the COVID has happened.
Yeah, it certainly changes your perspective of like, oh, okay.
You know what? I think that movie may have gotten drowned out because it's like an indie suspense movie with no zombies, just illness, just a sickness. Like, it's almost like the Black Death or something, because they get like boils and nightmares and all this stuff.
Yes.
But I think it got drowned out because it came out around the same time as like the mysterious movie The Quiet Place.
Oh, The Quiet Place, It.
I don't think It was even announced at the time.
I don't remember. A Quiet Place, yeah. I think A Quiet Place was coming out around the same time. And then there was probably some other horror movie that came out too. Which reminds me, I need to watch It. I've been wanting to watch both movies.
A Quiet Place is from 2018, so maybe, let me see.
Isn't It from 2018?
I'm not concerned with that. Let me see. It Comes at Night is from 2017.
About a year.
And then just It is also 2017.
Oh, there you go.
So then you're right. Maybe it could have blocked it out. But then again, I had heard about It Comes at Night first, so maybe it was at the beginning of the year
Probably.
compared to It, which was kind of rearing.
It was like nearing the end. It was like around
That one
Halloween.
that one was rearing to be a Halloween movie. And I don't know. I'm not that interested. I mean, I already saw the fucking old one,
I mean, so did I. I watched
and
the show.
I'm not saying the new one's bad because again, I haven't seen it. But like, the old one was already kind of creepy to me.
Because it's Tim Curry's performance where he's like being funny but also being scary at the same time.
It's really shitty and corny now, I guess, right?
A little bit.
But like, I don't know why the fuck it was so creepy as a kid.
Because it's just
I've never
The-
seen white people before.
it's the subject matter of it. That's what makes it fucking scary.
I don't even know.
Kiss me, fat boy.
I kind of think. You know what was really weird about the original movie It was that the movie seemed, when I first saw it, I don't think I was like scared exactly, because when I saw kids on the screen, I was like, oh, this is like Goosebumps. It's not that scary. Because I thought it was, I associated children and horror to be
Goosebumps or
weak ass
Are You Afraid of the Dark kind of
afraid
shit.
of the dark, because I had already seen Aliens at this time.
Yeah. Part 1 or
And,
part 2?
like, no, Alien.
Oh,
Like, I
Alien,
had already
alright.
seen Alien. And so to me, it was just some fucking homeless person.
Scaring the homeless person dressed as a clown, scaring the shit out of kids for no reason.
I think it was just one of those movies that it wasn't scary, but to me as a kid, I was just like, wow, this is so weird. I've never seen it. I was more interested in the town. Like, whoa, this is weird. They get to ride. How fucked up is that? Like, wow, they get to ride their bikes around town. That's
Alright.
crazy.
Wow. White
Yeah.
people have the best.
No, I don't think it was even just white people, because to me it was just like, wow, a city that like has sidewalks and shit. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah. that
To
makes
me,
sense.
it looked like an alien. We're like, wow, New England suburbs are like crazy.
New England.
You know what movie I didn't like that you showed us? I did not like Poltergeist.
Part 2 is way better.
I hope it is.
Because part 2, like the villain is far more fucking scary than like
in part 1,
the because part 1 is just about
it's just shit happening.
shit's happening and like the afterlife and shit. Part 2 is like, oh no, a villain from the afterlife comes and starts fucking with the family. And that's what makes part 2 is like so much more interesting. And plus, it's very Steven Spielberg-esque. Part 1.
What the fuck?
Because it was produced by him and directed by a guy, but they both know each other. So
We have.
has that vibe.
I'm sorry. We have. I'm talking about Poltergeist. In the movie Poltergeist, I thought it was lame because it was just kind of stuff happening. And now I'm thinking to myself, what about The Exorcist? Does that one even have like an ending? Like the demon leaves.
The demon leaves, yes. It's sort of. It possesses another dude and then he sacrifices himself.
Okay, fair. But like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. What year is that movie?
1976.
1976. What year is like?
Poltergeist?
No, what year is like? Mask. He wears a mask and like a fucking
Oh,
mechanics. Halloween.
Halloween.
That's also 70s.
That is also from like 74.
That's
or
gotta be
73.
that's gotta be 74. The reason, but I bring that up because
Wow, 74.
I also look at The Exorcist as another movie that like it's not
How old is
what?
How old is Jamie Lee Curtis? She's got to be at least like 70 at this point.
Oh, she's got to be like 60. I bet she's 60. She looks like she's 60 something.
Because she was like 16 in the movie.
Jamie Lee Curtis is 64.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, she was like 16 in the movie. So she's barely. Wow. She's not even 65 yet. She's not even like at the age to retire yet.
Well, so going back to the movie about like Poltergeist, and now I'm thinking about The Exorcist. Are those just two movies where like things happen?
Poltergeist and The Exorcist.
Yeah, like both those movies don't exactly have like resolution.
Yeah, part 1 is straight up just them going to a hotel and just like, well, fuck, we lost our house. Exorcist is just like the monster has been lifted, the house is clean,
So I guess,
but
there's
at a cost.
Yeah, I guess there's resolution in that one.
I mean,
Hey, we gotta
couple
watch
people
the-
died in that movie.
Did they in
The
The
Exorcist, yes. The priest, both priests died. A friend of the family dies.
As
And
characters, or you're talking
as
about the
characters,
cast?
as-
Okay,
no, as
I
characters.
did. I thought you were talking about some fucking crow shit.
The
like-
guy who played the old man wasn't an old man. He was like in his 30s.
Oh no,
They
we-
just put like all this fucking amazing makeup on him.
yeah, no. I thought you were talking about like she fucking the people died on set. and
Linda
some
Blair,
shit.
Linda Blair was actually hurt a lot in that movie. She was physically hurt a lot
The
because
little,
of
the mom.
No, the girl.
But do you know about the mom? Remember
The mom, yes. When they fucking,
They fucking are like, yeah.
we'll take
fuck
care
her.
of you.
No, it's like oh, don't like. I think that they're yanking me back too much when they throw her like up against the
Yeah.
window or whatever, and like, oh, okay, and then the director's like, fuck her up, like
Yeah, fuck her up,
And
and,
then
he pulls it, and like she fucking like
that scream was real.
Real,
That
yeah.
scream was like the
because she
real.
fractured one of her vertebrae. doing
Oh,
that.
I don't fucking know.
Linda Blair actually fractured her spine on that bed with the whole thing of her bouncing up and down and shit. That's her fucking like yelling and crying and shit. Once they cut it, there's like some archival footage of her fucking crying and shit.
Oh, sorry. For the part you, I heard what you said, right?
Yeah.
Her vertebrae, but at the same time, I just mistook her for the girl from Poltergeist. I was like, oh, she died of cancer.
She died of cancer, yes. Stomach cancer.
It's like, oh yeah.
No, Linda Blair's still alive. I think she's older than Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she's like she's like 68 now. Yeah, I know. Like William Friedkin, the guy who did fucking Poltergeist and
Yeah, huge piece of
and
shit.
12 Angry Men, 1997.
Huge piece of
He's
shit.
a huge
on-
piece of shit.
at
He's
least
like
on that
he's
set.
a fucking ass. We just gotta watch the documentary Leap of Faith about
I don't know.
him
I don't
making
know.
the movie.
I don't know what other fucked up shit he's done. I mean, I remember I know about the shotgun thing in the movie.
Yes, where he fires a shotgun like in the room where the actor.
In the movie, the father, the priest, the
Yeah.
father, he's writing down some shit, and you see him like jump because something scares the shit out of him. Well, in reality, what happened, folks, was that William Friedkin fired a shotgun like right next to him and scared the fuck out of him. And so, yeah, people. I think a lot of actors fucking hate William Friedkin like a lot.
A lot of
But-
people do.
I mean, at the same time, I suppose you can argue he got the job done.
He did. He made one of the scariest fucking movies of all time.
But then, like, what is it? What's the name of that movie? Abyss?
The Abyss. That's
With
James
like the
Cameron.
water aliens?
Yes, the water
James
aliens.
Cameron, that's another movie. He was just like, okay, we're going to fill this suit with water
And you're gonna drown.
and you're going to borderline drown.
And Ed Harris is like, dude,
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
yeah, because after he did that take, he like sucker
did. He-
punched the
he-
shit out of him.
He punched the shit out of James Cameron. And, like, what the fuck? That movie's, like, right after Terminator?
Before.
Before Terminator?
That's the whole reason. It was after Terminator 1, but before Terminator 2. Because he
Wait,
wanted.
wait, repeat that?
It was after Terminator 1,
Yeah.
but before Terminator 2.
Okay, so Abyss is in the middle.
Abyss is in the middle because.
When did he do Aliens?
He did Aliens in 1986.
Because like
Terminator was in 84
he
or
does
88.
he does Terminator. He does Terminator and then like he goes to do Aliens at some point. And
Terminator was first before anything else.
they just didn't respect him on set.
For Aliens. Aliens did not respect him.
They didn't respect him for shit.
Terminator, he filmed it outside.
Well, yeah, but that's because that's his like first movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like his first movie.
Something like 82, 83. Bill Paxton was like fucking 18 in that movie.
That's like his first fucking movie.
Uh.
Wait, you talking about Judgment Day?
No, part 1.
Okay, so that's like his first fucking movie. He's broke as fuck. He's doing everything in the middle of the fucking night. He can't. He doesn't want to pay for fucking permits and shit
so
like
he's
that.
like, just film it outside. Quick.
Hurry the fuck up. I don't know how the fuck he got that shit to.
Work.
No, yes, but I mean, like, I don't understand how he managed to like get people to do what he wanted. If even after that movie, he couldn't get people to listen to him when he was doing Aliens.
That is true. I don't know what the fuck. Because apparently he was being a hard ass on Aliens. Because he was like, I'm going to fucking push everything to the
Where the
limit.
fuck? I heard this story somewhere where like there's somebody who nearly fucked up Aliens I forget his name, but there was a bunch of shit he wanted to change. Like, for example, there's a scene in Aliens that I bet you remember where, like, there's like a shitload of eggs, alien eggs.
Yes.
And there's like a couple lights in the back because all you're meant to see is like the silhouette of all the eggs.
Yes.
And so it's dark as fuck, and some dude who's like there making secondary decisions is like, oh my gosh, it's so dark in here, can we get some spotlights? And he fucking lights up everything. He apparently told them to like completely light up the set, and it looked terrible because like now you could clearly see the props and all the shit.
Yeah.
Because it was bright as fuck and all the atmosphere was gone.
I think he was like a producer or like one of the executives of Fox or some shit like that.
I don't know. He was physically on site though.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck he was.
He had to be one of the producers or the executives.
I don't know, because I don't imagine that those types of people would even be on set. But the other thing he did that I recall, I don't know if this person I'm talking about did that or just somebody else, but like also, for example, in that scene there's like a shitload of fog. Right?
Yes.
Atmosphere dust spray, whatever the fuck they call it. And somebody would turn on like all the fucking fans and like blow all that shit away, and they'd have to set it all up again.
Yes, I remember
That's
that.
another story.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
I think something like that also happened in like some ancient movie with Jamie Lee Curtis and
The Mist. No, The Fog, which is a Wes Craven movie.
I don't remember.
It's called.
But they had to do all this shit outside, and they pumped a bunch of fog into the town. But then like a fucking natural wind would come and blow everything away.
No, I remember that's The Fog. That's a Wes Craven movie. It might be a Wes Craven or a John Carpenter movie. One of those two.
I'm leaning John Carpenter.
Yeah, I think it could have been John Carpenter. It's about ghosts and shit from like. It's ghosts.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea what that movie's about.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of old movies that like we just have not seen like at all.
I can rent Ghost Story. I can rent The Fog.
Wait, Ghost Story? Ghost Story is like where the rich people are like telling stories. Right?
Yes, that's what I want to see because apparently that one's really good.
Oh, the Fog is John Carpenter.
It's John Carpenter. Okay. Ghost Story, I think it's from like what 82, I think 81. Yeah, and apparently all those the men who are telling the stories are all like super famous actors.
I have to be careful sometimes because I've always like I've always mistaken like The Fog and The Mist.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. Well, the thing is, The Mist is.
Which one do you think is better? Which is a better fog-based?
What's
a better fog-based horror movie?
Fog. Oh, shit, The Mist or The Fog? I don't fucking know. And The Mist is about bugs and interdimensional beings and shit, while The Fog is
never explained, right?
While The Fog is a ghost story. Well, the thing is, like, they're bugs that came from like another dimension because the government was like fucking around with interdimensional portals and shit.
Is that ever actually brought up?
I think so in the book, but then again, the book is very keen on vagueness. You don't know the reason why they're there. They focus on that more than anything.
I'm looking right now at like The Fog. It's like, dude. I don't know what you think of this. They had like a budget of 1.1 million.
That's not too bad.
Box office made 21 million.
Hey, that's pretty good.
21.3 million.
That's actually really fucking good. They made a lot of money.
So yeah, it looks like they made a lot.
And the actors probably got paid very well for that movie too.
I'm trying to figure out the name of the white guy.
The main character?
There's like one guy, Tom Atkins. Yeah, Tom Atkins.
The old dude, right? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the old one.
Are you weird? Hell yeah, or something like that. Are you weird? Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have sex and then Jamie Lee Curtis says it to him.
Dude,
are you weird?
Dude, there's like a there's another movie where Tom Atkins was like in a lot of these horror movies, and I feel like he doesn't get a lot of
he's in Halloween 3.
He doesn't get a lot of
spotlight anymore.
Acknowledgement. There you go.
Acknowledgement. There you go.
Because I know who he is. But what's really funny, I mean, no, I even had to look him up right now. But what's really funny to me about Tom Atkins is another story where he's like on, I don't know, Firestarter or some shit.
The old Firestarter movie.
Some fucking movie with crazy crackhead bookman's The Shining.
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
The book. Who made the book?
Oh, Stephen King.
Yeah, he's on a movie that Stephen King is playing like a hillbilly or something.
Creep Show.
I don't know, but Stephen King's kid is playing Tom Atkins' kid in the movie.
Okay, that I don't know what movie that is.
So Tom Atkins is playing like a father or something, and
Right.
there's a scene where he has to whack his fucking kid. He has to hit him.
That's Creep Show.
Okay, I guess it's creepy. He has to hit the kid, but then fucking before they do the scene, Stephen King is like, "You're not gonna hurt him. He's just a boy. He's just a boy. I'm not gonna hurt him, Steve. I'm not gonna hurt him, Steven." Apparently, he just like whacked the shit out of that kid
Yeah.
or something.
And it was Stephen King's son at the time. Holy shit! Yes, that's Creep Show. That's Creep Show.
Yeah, I could be misremembering that story. I was there. No, I wasn't fucking there.
No, that's Creep Show is also another good one which we haven't seen.
He just like hits like, I'm not gonna beat the shit out of him, but
I'm
he
gonna
just,
hurt him, dude. It's fine.
he's like,
Quit acting up, because I think Ty Atkins himself explained it. He's like, he kept getting really nervous and scared and shit because his kid's never been on a movie. So he just kept pressuring me like,
You're not
"Don't-
gonna hit him, are you?
You're like,
You're not
you're
gonna
not
hit
gonna
him
hurt
that
my
hard."
kid, right? He's like, yeah, dude, it's fine. Let me just.
And that's why that's and people ask, like, well, that's why you don't fucking work with your family.
Yeah.
But that brings another attention. I bet you there's so many kids that like the father or the mother is like, you're gonna act in this movie and they become amazing stars, amazing actors. But their parents probably were like, you need to fucking act in this movie, and if they tell you to cry, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you so you cry. Like, you know, like they push it like
Yeah,
really hard.
they push it really
You know
hard.
what it is? I've seen it before.
You know, sort of.
I've seen it before because the pageant moms.
Yes, the beauty pageant.
But
God.
but the beauty pageant moms, but parents pushing their kids to act. And again, maybe they have amazing careers down the line. But I would love to just do an interview with somebody just like, so you started as a kid. How was that from your parents? Oh, well, my parents, they're trying to be all nice or some shit. Like, no. Did your parents ever whack the shit out of you? You need to act like you have a limp because you have polio in the movie or some shit. Like,
Oh.
some fucking
Yeah, usually it falls on that sometimes. Some of the not our generation, like our brother's generation and like our parents' generations, those child actors are the ones usually got the shit in the stick.
All I know is that like the one of the like really bad things was like Macaulay Culkin's dad took all his money.
Yes, took all of his kids' money.
But what about
All of 'em.
But what about Macaulay Culkin's brother? We don't really know a lot about.
His brothers, he has two brothers and he has a sister. His sister barely acts in anything at all. But his two brothers, who look almost identical to him,
Except they have different colored hair.
yeah, they both been in a bunch of movies very recently. They're still acting. They're just acting in low budget films and like
But
horror stuff.
the reason I ask is because like,
They're extras in TV shows.
was Macaulay Culkin? I want to know this story. I want to find out. Like, was the dad or whoever fucked his life up
It was his dad.
push only Macaulay Culkin?
Yes, because he was the most famous one out of the bunch.
Was it? I mean, would
I
it be?
think so. I think he was also the oldest too.
Well, you know what? I wonder. I'd have to look it up because it's like, because he was like, I don't want to make this like a race thing, but Macaulay Culkin is like blonde and like does he have blue eyes?
Yes,
He's blonde and white, and I'm not saying that it's like a race thing, but like
his dad has
that stands out a
yeah,
lot.
his dad has jet black hair, but his mom had blonde hair.
How do you even spell Macaulay Culkin?
It pops up pretty quick once you kind of like
Yeah.
spell it how you say it. It'll pop. His name will pop up.
Okay, can I say like, I'll be like, oh, Macaulay Culkin. I do not. I would never. I don't think I could ever bring myself to be like Macaulay.
Macaulay.
Come here, Macaulay.
He's like, stop.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. He's like, I need you to stop calling me that.
but at the same time, would you be like? Because you know what? Macaulay Culkin. Ah, how do I say it? It'd be like, ugh, I'm getting real sick and tired of you, Macaulay. You better stick to the line. Oh, I'm shaking. Like,
Yeah, that.
Macaulay sounds like some cop name of just like, I'm just getting real sick and tired of you, Macaulay. You're a loose cannon.
It's like some Lethal Weapon nonsense.
It's like the fucking name that you see all the time.
Detective Macaulay.
No. Like you see a World War II movie and there's always somebody named shit, what's the name? Jenkins? Not Jenkins.
Jenkins is the prospector.
No, I mean it sounds like one of those names you see it. Oh, I'm getting real sick and tired of you, Wachowski.
Wachowski, there it is.
Some shit like that. I don't even know what that
Some like
means.
or O'Hara or some shit like that. Some
I'm getting real sick and tired of you, O'Halligan.
yeah,
Yeah, like those classic names that are just like,
like really like aggressive Irish last names.
well, I don't think you'll ever be able to truly pin the crime on me, O'Halligan. Like,
You fuck young boys.
oh yeah, the fucking L.A. Noir, or like what's it's like. I don't think you'll ever be able to pin it on me, Mr. O'Halligan, or just like Dr. Chambers. Well, that's different. That's a different name, just O'Halligan, or the other one. The other one, like, So you really think I was there at the scene of the crime? Shit, I lost the name. I fucking lost it.
O'Hara.
Well, there's O'Hara.
Halligan.
Like, you really think I was there at the You really think that I was there at the scene of the crime, O'Malley?
Well, you see, how come you can be doing this? Because
You're telling me that you can finish a Subway sandwich under a minute, O'Malley? Please, I was clearly at home eating my Subway Veggie Delight sandwich. Oh yeah, well, we captured an EVP scent of a fart. What does that have to do with anything, O'Malley?
nothing. You're under
If
arrest.
you were you see, you just admitted to a crime. Oh, how do I say? A Veggie Delight would have given you terrible gas. And we've got the gas residue right here. Like, something dumb. I don't know where the
It's
fuck
like
I'm
some
going.
Columbo nonsense.
Just one more thing. How could you? Like, fucking,
How can you have a-
that stupid video?
Yeah.
Yeah,
PS3.
Just one more. Yeah, just one more thing. How can you be playing the PS3 if the PS3 has no games?
I was playing Kingdom Hearts, Columbo.
I was clearly playing one of my other games, my PS2, some of my PS1, a PS2 game, Kingdom Hearts. But that PS3 isn't backwards compatible with the PS2. I can't be just repeating like a whole fucking joke in this thing. But yeah. O'Halligan, O'Malley, O'Brien. O'Brien's another one.
O'Brien is.
Oh, man, what was it?
I have LA Confidential at home.
What's the name of that movie?
Every character has a last name like that.
What the fuck is the name of that movie that I think we watched it where what's the name of the guy who recently he's in a movie called Rust. He's in a movie being filmed called Rust and he shot someone.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
What's the name of the Alec Baldwin movie where he's like mean as fuck and he's just like, you see this Rolex? You could have a Rolex.
Glenn Ross, which I have at home.
What is that movie about?
It is a movie based on a play about a bunch of salesmen desperately trying to reach a goal of winning like a car.
Or a house or something.
It's a house or a car.
Or a raise, I don't remember. But what the fuck happens that? Because I remember that movie going off the rails like really hard.
Yes, it does. It kind of goes off the rails because somebody broke into the office and stole a bunch of shit.
Oh, but then And he might get caught or something, right? 'Cause
Yes,
he was there.
or the person who did it
Some guy.
might have been caught. The person who did it, he's afraid of getting caught, and it kind of just like goes off the rails after that. It's a really fucking good movie because you could see these people desperately trying to reach that fucking goal, and like you see it, you don't see it happening on camera. But when scenes come back into the office, you'll see that, oh shit, I made 30 grand on this one. Bring it up to the board. And then like they're getting closer and closer and closer to it while this situation happened in the office.
Crime.
Yes. So it's a very interesting movie. I wish it was, I wish somebody posted like a play of it or something, but it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Which I have as well. Because it has Jack Lemmon
Oh yeah.
and Al Pacino. Al Pacino's the one who actually does most of the dialogue in that movie because he's swearing like literally 12 seconds per shot. That's where most of his famous catchphrases come from. Besides Heat.
Oh yeah. Besides you.
Yeah, where he's like, "Oh, fuck, I forget what he says. You stupid fucking cunt, you idiot." That's the one everybody fucking remembers. That one and you just cost me $6,000.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, some shit like.
Well, I think it's about time we wrap things up. This has been an unnamed podcast until I can figure out a name. Just me, Raccoon, and Frankie here. Laters.
Later.